Beneath the burning sun of Giza, carved from a single mass of limestone, the Great Sphinx stands silent, motionless, eternal. For over 4,500 years, it has guarded the plateau, staring toward the rising sun, as if watching for something or someone, but who built it? Why and what secrets does it still hide beneath its weathered gaze? The Great Sphinx of Giza is the largest and oldest monolithic statue in the world. Measuring 73 meters long and 20 meters high, this colossal feline with a human face continues to baffle historians, engineers, and explorers. Is it merely a monument to a long-dead pharaoh? Or is it a gateway to forgotten knowledge buried deep within Egypt's ancient heart? The mainstream narrative suggests that Pharaoh Khafra, the builder of the second pyramid at Giza, commissioned the Sphinx during his reign around 2500 BCE. This conclusion is based largely on proximity. The Sphinx is located near Khafre's pyramid complex, and a few inscriptions that hint at a connection. But there's a problem. The body of the Sphinx shows signs of erosion, deep vertical fissures that many geologists claim could only be caused by long-term exposure to heavy rainfall. Egypt, however, hasn't seen such rainfall since at least 7000 BCE, thousands of years before Khafra's time. This discrepancy has fueled one of the greatest controversies in Egyptology, the Sphinx water erosion hypothesis, proposed by geologist Dr. Robert Schoch. It suggests the Sphinx could be at least 9,000 years old, placing its construction in a time before Pharaoh's pyramids, or even written history. If true, this would upend everything we know about ancient Egypt and humanity's timeline. But if Khafra didn't build the Sphinx, who did? There are no definitive inscriptions on the Sphinx itself, naming its creator. No records in ancient papyri. No cartouches on the monument. Nothing. Some researchers believe the Sphinx predates dynastic Egypt, entirely a relic from a forgotten civilization that thrived long before the Nile Valley rose to power. They point to other anomalies. The Sphinx head is disproportionately small compared to its massive body, suggesting it may have been recarved from a much older statue. But recarved into what and why? The face of the Sphinx is heavily eroded and damaged, but many claim it doesn't resemble Khafra at all. In fact, early 20th century archaeologists like Selim Hassan and Ludwig Borchardt noted differences between the statue and Khafra's. Other depictions, some even speculate that the original head might not have been human at all. Was the Sphinx originally a lion, or even a jackal symbol of Anubis, god of the underworld? Could the monument have served a religious function? Far older than we realize, perhaps tied to pre-dynastic solar or star cults. Then there's the mystery beneath the statue. For centuries, legends have whispered of hidden chambers below the Sphinx, secret rooms, ancient vaults. Even a hall of records said to contain the lost knowledge of Atlantis sound far-fetched. Maybe, but modern science is catching up with ancient myth. In the 1990s, researchers using ground-penetrating radar detected anomalies beneath the Sphinx enclosure, rectangular voids, symmetrical in nature that could be man-made chambers. One lies directly beneath the Sphinx paws. The Egyptian government has long denied the existence of these chambers, but leaked reports and photographs suggest otherwise. Some even claim that exploration teams, including American archaeologists, may have entered such chambers in secret. If there is something hidden beneath the Sphinx, why is it being kept from the public? What could possibly be so dangerous or so important? The ancient Egyptians believed the Sphinx was a guardian. Its name in ancient times was Horem Akhet, Horus of the horizon. It stood as a celestial sentinel, marking the passage of time, the journey of the sun, God Ra across the sky, and perhaps more. Astrologers have noted that the Sphinx aligns with the constellation Leo the Lion during specific epochs of the precession of the equinoxes around 10,500 BCE. Leo rose directly in front of the Sphinx during the spring equinox. Coincidence? Or was the Sphinx intentionally aligned to mark a forgotten age, a lost golden era? The Sphinx faces east toward the sunrise, but more specifically toward the rising point of Sirius, the sacred star of ancient Egypt. Sirius was associated with the goddess Isis' resurrection and the annual flooding of the Nile. Was the Sphinx a stellar calendar, sacred timekeeper, or perhaps a marker for something buried or waiting beneath? Let's return to its construction. The Sphinx was carved directly into the bedrock, but surrounding it is the Sphinx enclosure, a sunken pit cut deep into the plateau. Some of the blocks removed from this enclosure were used to build nearby temples. The Valley Temple and the Sphinx Temple, both of which are masterpieces of megalithic construction. The stones used in these temples weigh between 50 and 100 tons. No mortar, perfectly fitted, laser precise. Yet no one today can explain exactly how these blocks were moved or placed. Are we looking at technology far beyond what we've attributed to the Old Kingdom? There's also evidence that the Sphinx has been restored multiple times throughout history. Pharaoh Thutmose IV famously left a granite stela, the dream, stele between the paws of the Sphinx. In it, he recounts a dream in which the Sphinx speaks to him and promises him kingship if he clears away the sand engulfing its body. This stele is not just a royal boast. It implies the Sphinx was ancient, even in 1400 BCE. Further proof comes from Roman accounts and medieval Arab texts, all describing the Sphinx as a mysterious ancient relic that no one fully understood. Even Napoleon scholars in the 18th century were mystified by its origins. At that time, the Sphinx was buried up to its neck in sand. What secrets lay hidden beneath, untouched for millennia? Despite its global fame, the Sphinx remains largely unexplored. Egyptologists have long focused on the pyramids, leaving this guardian statue shrouded in dust and mystery. But now, the eyes of the world are turning back to it. With satellite imaging, LiDAR scanning, and advanced geological analysis, we may finally begin to unlock the secrets of the Sphinx. Will we find a hidden chamber, an ancient archive, evidence of a lost civilization, or perhaps something even stranger? Because when it comes to the Sphinx, every answer brings more questions. Why does it sit alone on a plateau? Why was it buried not once but multiple times? Why does its head seem recarved? Why does its body show signs of rainfall thousands of years before dynastic Egypt? Most importantly, what does it still guard? Is it merely a monument, a gateway, or a warning? One thing is certain, the Great Sphinx is not just a statue.